What is white privilege and who benefits from it? White privilege refers to the advantages inherent in being categorized as white. In the contemporary United States, whiteness is often an unmarked identity, whereas Blacks, Latinxes, Asians, and Native Americans are constantly reminded of their race. Whites can easily forget that they too have a race. When we talk about race in the United States, the focus is usually on non-whites, as if white were not also a race. This makes white privilege hard to see. Privilege is hard to notice when you have it. If you're white, you probably don't notice that you're not being followed in the store or asked for identification when paying with a credit card, that people are smiling at you on the street instead of looking at you suspiciously, or that no one asks you if you speak English. Instead, you're likely to think that this is how things are for everyone. To notice these things as a white person, try going shopping with a Black friend or accompanying a Latino friend to get a driver's license. Then, you may notice a difference in how people respond. Few whites notice they are treated better than non-whites, and most are unlikely to attribute that better treatment to privilege. White privilege becomes visible only when people point it out. For example, in 2015, a white Stanford student named Brock Allen Turner was found sexually assaulting an unconscious, semi-naked white woman behind a dumpster. When the case went to trial, the jury found Turner guilty on 3 felony counts, and the prosecution argued for a 6-year sentence. But Judge Aaron Persky was hesitant to punish Turner this severely and gave him 6 months in county jail instead. The judge explained a prison sentence would have a severe impact on him. Because of Turner's whiteness and class privilege, the judge had more sympathy for Turner than he did for non-white defendants accused of lesser crimes. Now, does white privilege mean that whites always benefit from racism? The anti-racism activist and writer Tim Wise contends that the price we pay to stay one step ahead of others is enormous. Racism makes all whites think they're getting a better deal, but the reality is that racism affects all of us. As the sociologist W.E.B. Du Bois argued, a psychological wage of whiteness prevents us from working together to achieve better conditions for all. For example, whites are less likely to go to prison than Blacks or Latinos. But who benefits from resources invested in the prison industrial complex? Those are resources that don't go into better schools, parks, libraries, or universities. Now, it's important to think about white privilege for at least 2 reasons. First, to understand racial oppression, we must consider how it looks from the other side. Second, by bringing white privilege to light, rather than keeping it largely invisible, we can develop a better understanding of how racism works in our society.